Hello all, welcome back to Consciousness Rising, episode 12. And we're still talking about mind control today, and particularly we're going to be talking about time. Now, a lot of people don't understand how time is a mind control, and hopefully I'm going to show you one side of that today. It's actually a really big subject matter, and I might even have to revisit it one day because I haven't actually gone into the occulted aspects of time. um, but I will do perhaps later. But I just want to show you today, really, just hammer into you know people's consciousness about how time is used to program us, and we get a lot of that from figures around us, our parents, this, that, and the other. So just to yeah, I mean, I spoke about this in episode 2, and I'm going to keep coming back to it because it is so important. Okay, subconscious conditioning that you receive between the age when you're in utero, actually, it starts up until the age of 7. If you look at that graph on the left there, it's actually a better graph than the one I used previously. There is the different brain waves there, and they are different states of consciousness. Now, you hear people say, oh, this dimension, that dimension. Dimensions and states of mind are all within you. All the states of consciousness you hold within you. Now, this is what happens. These are the main four, but and this is how they work. Okay, it shows you their frequencies. So let's look at delta. At, at the bottom, you've got delta brainwaves, which occurs in very, very deep sleep, unconscious dreamless state, automatic healing, and immune system function. Okay, so that's the lowest there, zero point 0.5 hertz to 3. Then you've got the theta brainwaves. Now that's really, really important. That is key because that is what a child is stuck in. They are operating from the age of in utero 0 to about the age of 7. Okay, and that frequency is from 4 to 7.5. We cycle as adults. We cycle through these brainwaves um, as you go to sleep and as you wake up, and also if you do things like meditation, EFT. There's all different ways that you can get into different states of consciousness. Now, the subconscious mind one, it says there deep meditation, hypnosis, intuition, memory, vivid visual imagery, light sleep, including REM dream state. That is the door to the subconscious, and that is what's ruling your life. Everyone, don't matter who you are, 95% of your life is coming from your subconscious mind, which is what developed between 0 and 7. So you are a reflection of your childhood years. All those beliefs and patterns you pick up in that state you will carry them with you subconsciously for the rest of your life. You can change them. That's key to my work. I'm all about changing the subconscious patterns because that's what limits us. Our limits come from our subconscious conditioning. Okay. Above that, you've got alpha brainwaves, and that's the gateway to the subconscious mind. Deep relaxation, light meditation, hypnosis, daydreaming, creativity, and super learning. Um, and then you've got beta at the top. That's what most people are stuck in. When you're sort of going about your day, going about your business, doing this, that, and the other, you are in the conscious mind. Normal waking consciousness, alert, concentration, focus, cognition, and 5 physical senses. Although I've got a video coming up soon talking about the 5 sense illusion. But I'll get to that as we get to it. So, due to our subconscious programming, we have developed a set of beliefs about time that keep us trapped. These programs come to us from other people, such as parents and teachers. We also often pick up the false notion of authority, especially in the school system. And I'm going to do a video all on the blind belief in authority and why it needs to be eradicated. Okay? There is no authority. The only authority you have is to yourself, and natural law, the natural laws of the universe. That's it. You can only have a claim of authority on something. It doesn't actually exist in nature. Okay, so when you see put put people on pedestals, they ain't no different to you. They don't have any extra rights that you don't have. You know. So yeah, I'm gonna do a video on authority. Now, what I've got coming up in these slides is what I call tick boxing. So I'm gonna show you, some of your conditioning and how it gets to you from parental figures and things you're taught to believe, which are false and crap. Education. Okay, the education system conditions us to falsely believe that we must be in school, we must get an education so we can get a decent job. That's not always true. You don't need education. Not the crap they. It's actually an indoctrination system at the moment. Until it changes, hopefully it will. But you know, look at those kids there putting their hands up. What's happening there? That authority figure, the teacher. They have to ask her to go to the toilet. That's all part of the conditioning as well. You know. Oh, I have to ask in order that I may go and empty my bowels. How ridiculous is that? That's where the slavery starts, people. The second layer of school conditioning is to indoctrinate the young into the false belief in authority. I've just spoke about that. Many teachers do as much damage to a child's psyche as parental figures do. Absolutely true. I've seen it firsthand. I work with children, teachers, and I know people in my life where teachers have done a lot of damage. And often it's done through shaming. Now, shame is one of the lowest forms of consciousness. It's it's so damaging to the psyche. When people are shamed, it just messes them up. I hopefully, through the EFT videos and everything, help you get rid out of shame. Shame is not a nice place to be at all, and a lot of a lot of teachers are responsible for shaming children, and it's disgusting, and they do not have the right to do that. This is the tick box in, yeah, we have to find a partner and get married to feel fulfilled. That's something we have to do, and are we running out of time to do that? That creates panic. Oh no, I haven't found the right person. I'm gonna end up alone. You know what? All you need is yourself. Go within. You've got everything you ever need. Look at the next tick box or the cross box I've done. Then we're conditioned that we have to procreate. This is something you have to do. How many of you have been taught that? And I'm not saying these things are wrong. I'm not saying, you shouldn't have a partner, but you should only do these things if you want to. That's where you overcome conditioning. Conditioning teaches us that we have to do these things in order to feel fulfilled or be quote unquote successful, which is a load of old shit. Retirement. Oh, then we must work all of our lives up until that happy day when we can retire and be free. This is a huge part of um, time conditioning, time mind control. It's always waiting for something, always working towards something. Oh, this nice thing's going to happen to me eventually. One day I'll get that nice thing that I'm striving for, that I'm working for. You don't need to wait for nothing. It's all within you. But we're conditioned to believe that, oh no, we'll get married, that'd be nice, you have to do that, tick that off your bucket list. Then, oh, have you had a child yet? Oh no, no, you can't have children. Oh, you're a failure then. What does that do to people? People that actually can't procreate. It's disgusting. Time conditioning. I can't stand it. But, I'm just trying to point these things out to you. Ask yourself, sit and ask yourself, how many of these tick boxes or have I picked up? Then you get the ultimate one. The biggest lie played out on all humanity is that we will die. You can't destroy energy, people. You cannot destroy energy. You are wearing a physical shell. You are basically consciousness slowed down to a certain frequency so it can experience life in this frequency range that we call Earth. That's it. It's that simple. When we quote unquote die, which we don't do, we simply move out of a physical shell. The body might die. It might go back to the Earth. Completely natural thing to do. But your essence, your soul, cannot be destroyed. And because of this conditioning, as I've put there, most people live in fear-based consciousness. That's what's happening in the world now with this COVID-19 utter shit. People then are easily controlled and are often disconnected from the present moment. The present moment is key. It's so key to what I'm going to be talking about. Everyone's always searching outside themselves, looking to the future, looking to the past. I'll talk about the present moment in a minute. And this is the stress response, okay? How stress is linked to time, because it is. And when we are caught up in severe stress, we are literally living in the past through previous negative experience. That is what happens. We base our stressful response on past experiences and past stresses or things that have gone wrong, But we don't have to stay like that. You know, when you're stressed out, seriously stressed up, you're normally always stuck in the past. When living in stress, we are responding from the known. It's all the stuff that we've known before. Our bodies can actually get addicted to these stress hormones. That is something that Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about a lot. You know, because something go wrong, your body then gets a spike of that stress hormone, and it looks for other things. So you go, "Oh, that's stressful. What else is stressful?" Ask yourself, have you ever done that? Has something stressful happened in your life, and then your mind subconsciously has gone looking for all the other stressful things and all the other things that's wrong in your life instead of the things that are good and actually going really well? Just ask yourself that. That's because your body, which is your emotions are the energy of the body basically, is addicted to those stress hormones because it's all it's ever known. This is the truth of time. Internal. That's what you should measure time with. That quote on the left, brilliant. If you're depressed, you're living in the past. If you're anxious, you're living in the future. If you're at peace, you're living in the present. The best method for measuring time is felt inside of us. We can be victims of our past or creators of our future. It's a choice, people. It's a choice. But you have to undo all that shit that you've picked up. First step is to recognize when we are reacting from our subconscious fears and negative beliefs. Okay, every time you react, and I've played a lot. When I was going through this phase that I've been through recently, where I've had a sort of really interesting transitional, energetic sort of change lately, I started to do this a lot. I started to notice every time I reacted out of stress or anger or frustration or those quote unquote negative emotions. They're not all negative because actually they're there for a reason. But every time you react out of it, question it. Sit down, contemplate, and think, where's that coming from? Where have I reacted like that before? Because we're stuck in the past when we're reacting like that, you see. So, are they coming from negative beliefs? And if they are, change them. It's so amazing. You can do it. You can do it through meditation, especially if you enter that theta state, because that's what you want to try and do actually in meditation. One of the keys to meditation, um, for me, it's not just about sitting still and relaxing, although that's a hugely beneficial part of meditation. The part that I love is trying to change yourself. So when you sit quietly and you get yourself into a certain state of consciousness, hopefully the theta state, you enter the doorway of the subconscious and then you undo your patterns and put create new ones. Create a new version of yourself. And as I've said there, try EFT. I'm doing more videos on EFT soon, guys. I promise. Such a powerful tool for getting rid of negative beliefs that we've picked up in our subconscious programming. The only clock you ever need, look, it only ever says now on it. The present moment is the ultimate truth of time. It is an internal state. It is only from the present moment that we can change and co-create with the universe. You can't co-create and make a better future if you are living in the stress chemicals of the past. You have to change, and you do it from now. You don't wait. You sit, you be, and then you create the future. Living in a fear based on past experience is just defaulting into our subconscious mind patterns. Okay? Mindfulness is a great way to recondition your mind into staying present. The more you can stay present, the more you will be operating from the conscious mind, which usually makes up 5% of your daily activity. The subconscious is 95%, so the subconscious is way more powerful. But if you can train yourself to be more mindful and stay present, every time you feel stressed, bring yourself into the present moment. Cut off from the past reactions that you've learnt, unlearn them, stay present. The more you can do that, you will rechange your brain chemistry. I promise you. And that will upregulate your genetic patterns. You know, genes, we are not slave to our genes. If you look into epigenetics and you read Bruce Lipton or Joe Dispenza, they talk about epigenetics a lot. Our genes are not a predetermined, thing that's definitely going to happen. We can control our genes, and you do it by staying present. You eliminate your subconscious programs, and then you upregulate your genes, which gives them good chemicals. So the present moment is so important. Mindfulness meditations. So mindfulness is very, very extremely simple. It's not something that's really complicated. And as I've said before, and I think I said it in my last video, the truth is always simple. That's what I love about it. Three really easy exercises. These are good ones to start with, and I won't talk you through them, but I'll explain what they are that you can do to train your brain to stay present. Deep breathing. How many times can you just sit there, sit still, and breathe in deeply, hold it, and then breathe out deeply? Just do that about 4 times. So what I get some people to do in therapy, I do what I call the 4 times 4. So you breathe in for 4 seconds deeply, you hold it for 4 seconds, and then you release it for 4 seconds. And then you do that 4 times. And most people go, oh, wow. They have this sort of moment of calm, and because they're being present in the phone. And listen, that's another key thing. When you're breathing, listen to your breath. Just focus fully on the breath, nothing else. You will find, if you practice this enough, you can cut out the external um, things that distract you, the external distractions, and then you become more centered, more within, going within. Do the deep breathing and just listen to the breath. Focus on the breath. Shut your eyes. Clear your mind. You're just doing that, and it doesn't take long. You'll feel conscious already, and you'll feel so much more calmer. Mindful eating. This is so damn simple. How many people, when they sit and eat a meal, actually are eating mindfully? Now, what I mean by that is they're savouring every bite and actually enjoying the sensation of eating, the taste, the texture, um, the warmth, all those different things. Because most people are so unconscious. They're eating and they're thinking about all this other stuff they've got to do later, or they're thinking about their work stress. They're thinking about the person that cut them up in the road. They're thinking about the argument with their spouse. All this stuff's going through their head, and they're supposed to be eating a meal and enjoying it. Or they're watching bloody EastEnders or some crap. Just sit with your food and actually enjoy it. And I don't mean to sound like I'm talking down to people, because I'm not, but this is a skill that's been lost by humanity. Just staying conscious. It's so simple. Give it a try. Um, give it a try next meal you have. Just sit, cut off all distractions, and just enjoy your food. Nothing else. The other one, which I do with some people, really, really simple, the body scan meditation. So I get people maybe to sit in a chair, shut their eyes. So that, even just by shutting your eyes, you're cutting down the visual distractions. So you're going within on one level straight away just by closing your eyes. Then what I get them to do is I get them to feel their body parts, usually from the head to the feet. Or you can do it the other way, it doesn't really matter. But the idea is, you sit there for a minute and you go, right, focus all your attention on your head. Feel how heavy your head feels, the top of your head. Feel feel down to your ears, like that, and just do it however you feel comfortable to. Just scan your whole body. A meditation I've been doing a lot lately, a guided one of Joe Dispenza's, is called Body Parts in Space. It's called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. And the first 23 minutes, he gets you to focus on different body parts. So he goes from like your lips to your chin and you just focus on that, nothing else. And what he's teaching you to stay mindful. But yeah, give it a go. It's so simple. Mindfulness is one of the most simple but beautiful gifts that we can use, because it's all about the present moment, people. How to create your future? Because I spoke about that, didn't I? How do you create your future from the present moment? Because you can only do it from the present moment and by being mindful. You cannot create a new you with old emotions. You have to do this. Okay. These are some pointers I've pointed out. The first step: disconnect from your outer world. Take the time to sit for even 10 minutes if you can. I have a very, very busy life, extremely busy sometimes, and I don't always get a chance to see people that I'd like to, or, make phone calls I'd like to, and sometimes I don't get to follow the hobbies I'd like to. But I'm trying very hard lately to actually get up extra early in the morning so I can get my meditation done for the day. And it's not a chore, it's something I look forward to. I absolutely love it. So take the time to disconnect from the outer world. Shut your eyes, be with yourself. Take deep breaths and center yourself in the present moment. Sit with that energy. It feels amazing. Next step, think very deeply about what you want to manifest into your life, okay? Then what you have to do, you have to use an emotional component. Because, say for instance, say you want to attract a new partner, for instance. Just as you can attract anything, you can manifest anything. You are so powerful, but you co-create with the universe, okay? But you have to do this. A lot of people miss this step. You have to think about what this future will feel like. So if it's a new partner, actually imagine what it will feel like to walk with that partner. What will you feel like emotionally? Will, condition your brain to feel the emotions of joy, bliss, abundance. Get rid of the stress. Train yourself and teach your body emotionally what the future will feel like. That is key. A lot of people who talk about, you know, the law of attraction, they miss that part out all the time. But it's key. You have to get up from your meditation a different person to what you sat down. You have to think and train yourself emotionally what the future will feel like. The more you do that and you visualize the steps you have to take to manifest the future, when you start, you will literally recondition your brain, and that sends out a signal to the field that is the universe of what you want to create. And when you send out that signal with your emotions, you will get it eventually. You might not get it straight away, but you'll get it. Now you have to practice this. You have to keep doing it. Okay? The other step, take note of your limits and stressful reactions, and that takes contemplation. I've spoke before about how powerful contemplation is. Sit down, find the time, get a pen and paper, and actually write about what is what is what are your limitations right now. Think about the emotions around your limitations, and then think about your false beliefs that you have about them, because they are false. You can do anything in this life. Your only um, your only limitation is your belief that you're limited. That is it. You're not. You are completely unlimited consciousness. Living in a All right, you're living in a physical shell, but that doesn't mean that you're not connected to source every waking hour. So take note of them, and then you'll know what ones to change. And key, the bottom bit, create the new you by letting go of the past. And I've showed you how to do that. Just look at my EFT videos. Look at your traumatic memories, the ones that have caused you pain. Work on them, work with them, release them, and then you will become a new person. Use all the tools you got, people, because you are unlimited consciousness. Okay? You are so powerful. And that's all I've got for today. I hope this resonates. Take care, all.